Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's reading is going to be, why are you so stuck on this person? So we're going to have a look at them, have a look at you, what you're getting from them, what they think they're giving to you, and what lies beneath. We have got three choices. We have got, don't the colours look great? I don't know why, I just thought these three colours look lovely together. Mimosa, Peach Pearl, Russet Orange. If you want to take choice, then we'll get going. Okay, this has got a strange feeling. Sometimes I feel like I should sit and go through the cards, but my memory is so bad. By the time I've done that for 30 seconds, I forgot my first impression, so I'm just going to go with it. Your person's got a feeling of possibly being either quite conventional or being in an educational setting or being married in some way, because you've got the Hierophant, you've got Juno, and you've got the Page of Pentacles, all give me a feeling of all of those three things. You've got also a feeling of distance, like something may have started and then this person is separated in some way. You're coming across as somebody who likes to understand and somebody who likes to give, somebody who needs a spiritual significance in this relationship, and probably most relationships, but love relationships, I'm guessing this one is, tend to bring out that feeling. And I think that's why so much soul searching goes on in love relationships, which I think is possibly a lot of the reason for them, especially when there's distance, which I think this one has distance. It's really strange that I pulled these two cards out of the Rider-Waite and then these two out of the Mermaid pack, which is exactly the same. I think that you get from this person, I think you get distance and snippets. I think there's some distance between the pair of you. I don't know whether it is, continence, or whether it's just emotional, or whether it's just you see each other in passing some way. But the Three of Wands twice with the Page of Pentacles makes me think that you get small amounts of this person at certain times and then nothing else for a while. There is a very strong feeling with the Hierophant and the Page of Pentacles twice that this person could be in some work setting which has got typical traditional roles, or this person is possibly part of education, that you're in some sort of educational setting. You know, somebody you go to college with, or that also feels as well here that there's you've got cards. These are like my what's lies beneath cards. Is that an old film? I think it is, yeah. I'm getting images. I might have the wrong film, of Michelle Pfeiffer rummaging around in a bath at the end of it. But you have got what I would say fantasy cards in the middle, which I'm guessing here between the pair of you there is a lot of stability, as if you may know each other quite well, but the rest of the relationship is filled in by fantasy, which is absolutely fantastic. It's part of the creative process, I'm sure. It depends if it hurts. If it hurts, it's not funny. If it's too, and there's a funny feeling from this spread that you're actually getting more from it than you may realise. I was just about to say, with the fantasy there, our creative selves, those creative selves that we have inside us, can be used in both ways. It can be used to almost wrap yourself up and not do anything about it and not be straight with yourself, or it can actually open up possibilities, because I suppose nothing's a reality until we fantasized about it in some way, but not always a reality. You've got to actually be solid with that fantasizing too. Okay, you're coming across as Vesta and the Six of Wands. I've been talking about Vesta quite a lot recently, and my sister had an obsession with Vesta. And when my sister, she's like Scorpio, when she has obsessions, she really has obsessions. She sat on the floor for weeks, and it was like something, I'm sure there's a film with Jim Carrey, it could be 21 or 22, or it's got a number to it. Why do Aquarius people always love numbers? Jim Carrey, Russell Brand, his tour's like a number, and Jim Carrey's like, they just love it, don't they? Anyway, I suppose it's all the geometry. As I was saying, I totally forgot. Oh yeah, Vesta. Vesta has, she said to me, I always think Vesta is a feeling of like a priestess, somebody that does something that's quite feminine in some way, whether it's male or... No, actually, I think this may have possibly, if you believe in this type of thing, past lives, you possibly could have, or present lives that you're just not in touch with at the moment maybe, or you are. You could have had a life of a priestess, and you've got feet... And I always get this feeling of, and I'm getting this feeling now, Vesta possibly could have been the priestess who healed the soldiers in some way with her sexuality or with her gentle approach, probably both together, because it's the fire within, when they went to war and came back almost emotionless in some way, and basically not really able to function physically apart from in war. So this has this feeling. The reason I'm saying that, because I don't know it's true every time, but you have got the Temperance, which is balance. You have got the Six of Wands, which is normally, oh my gosh, I always get this mixed up. It's the Hive card. I always think, well, I'm still interpreting that as the Hive. Six of Wands is victory, isn't it, in some ways? But the Hive card there, victory in groups. Yes. Serving the whole. I'm going quiet, hold on. Hive mentality is what I'm thinking here. There's something in you that likes to give to a group, and it feels like you nurture a group, and there's something about your energy that gives to a group. There's something very giving about you. There's something very traditional about them. There's something very unsaid about this relationship is what I'm getting. I think this person, there's some sort of distance, and there's little tidbits that you get. I never know if it's tidbits or titbits. Titbits sounds better. And I know this is why you're stuck on this person, but there's something that you're giving to this person, or there's something this person is bringing out in you that is not to be underestimated. It's got something to do with setting yourself up in this lifetime. Let's just pretend that you two had some lifetime where you gave and you nurtured and you put the energy or the fire back into this person when they've gone numb and cold. Because the Hierophant there, makes me think it can be quite a traditional card, as in the functions, but it doesn't express too much and it doesn't explode too much, and it doesn't make me think creativity. It possibly is, but it's in boundaries to me with the Hierophant card there, and the Juno card that this person could be in a relationship to. So you are giving and giving and giving to this person, and there's some way that through this giving, through this person appearing in your life, that is making you grow. And I think it feels like the Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles down here, it's giving you, and I don't know if this is so yet. It has a feeling that due to this contact, you see yourself in a different light. It feels as if the healing comes back to you. But it comes back to you not in a lovey-dovey, nurturing way. It comes back to you in... This is difficult to explain because it could be lots of different things. You're more solid. You're more independent. This person may light you up in some way, with the Vesta card there. But there's something about you that this person could be feeding your fire back because you fed his or hers. Does that make sense? Because you've got the Ace of Pentacles twice here. So you're getting something from this person, even though you're stuck on them. And it feels like you're giving more than you're getting. But in some ways, in a more subtle way, I think that's untrue. I think it's almost like these tiny like little snip bits, tidbits, snip-bits, tad bits that this person is giving you. It's like filling your piggy bank. Look, you've got Page of Pentacles from your person twice, and you're coming out with the Nine of Pentacles. Look at your treasure trove. You're gathering it. It's something this person's feeding you because you've done it to them in the past, I feel. So why are you so stuck on this person? Because to me, it feels like you don't quite understand it. You're looking for a spiritual message. You're looking for a spiritual connection because that's the way you function. With Vesta inside you, you're always going to be searching for deeper meaning to life. Vesta is often found very strongly, is that a word, in very independent women's charts. I don't know if it has to be women. I'm going to say the lady I was talking to, who is my sister, was quoting Jennifer Aniston, has it conjunct a moon or something. And there was somebody else, could have been Angelina Jolie, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I probably don't think it is that. But there was 2 women she quoted, because she did a lot of research on it. Women that don't need a relationship. And I don't want to just say this for just women, because you can flip it, if you can flip it if you want to. But Vesta to me makes me think, oh, women. But it could be just that feminine, bit like it's like the High Priestess on fire. It's like the High Priestess with a bit of oomph in it. It's that understanding. You get this image of somebody who's very receptive, very understanding, wants to know how everything works spiritually, but inside that fire's going. This is not somebody who backs down when somebody comes towards them. This is somebody that, I just got one. Years and years ago, I had about, I would say, 10 different brown books. I was really ill, and what I did for 2 years, I wrote books and books and books of information I gathered. And one of the things that always sticks in my mind, and I think it was to do with a particular planet, I am going mad, was Priestess of the Brave Heart, or Priestess with the Brave Heart, which I think was connected, I've said this before, to Procyon. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. This feels like you. It is like Priestess with the Brave Heart. Oh, bless, that's like Shira, isn't it? And I think your person's really steady. I think you're alive. I think there's something about you that is burning from the inside, but there's something about you that's doing it in a correct way, that's actually prepared to not just go after what they want. And it is fantastic being selfish, and I will say that in every reading. I think to be selfish is amazing, because once you're satisfied yourself, and I don't mean that in a crude way, once you're happy with yourself is what I mean, you've got so much more to give. This has got this feeling about you, that there's something about you that's very independent. There's something about that why you're so stuck on this person is that it's payback time almost, not in a negative way. It's a case of this person's giving you thanks for what you did for them. This is what it feels like. It feels like a connection that's quite strong, where this person is trying to, doesn't know this, I'm sure, even from a distance, is trying to make you recognise your worth. Because the Ace of Pentacles there, and this person, as I said, putting those little pennies in your piggy bank, and that's stability, but there's confusion with it. There may be, and I often think with these sort of cards like the Seven of Cups and the Moon together, you can't quite grasp everything. Everything's really slippery. But it's within these states that we actually start questioning ourselves. And I think that's what tarot cards, especially group readings, are about. Because you start listening, and then you start thinking about your situation. Then you start playing with your situation. And then you start understanding yourself. And I think that is the most important thing with tarot. It lets us look at ourselves. And it helps to, especially sometimes in a lot of these relationships, you don't have people to talk to. So sometimes the relationship's quite private and you can't actually air them, so it gets you thinking about things. Advice to you is the Ace of Pentacles again, and the Tower. Priestess of the Brave Heart. The Six of Wands here, and Vesta and Temperance are really, apart from Vesta and the Page of Cups, are sweet, sweet, sweet cards. Vesta, I don't know about that. It almost feels like a transitionary period for you, as if you've been there for people. You're very kind, you're very giving, I don't know, like with your family, like mum, dad, somebody who's always been there. The Six of Wands makes me feel like, I always see work, somebody who's quite, as I said earlier, group orientated, somebody who gives. Somebody who heals people without even knowing that they do it. Healing people is basically a smile on your face. It's like taking the higher road sometimes when everybody else is like, oh, for God's sake. It just is being smooth inside yourself, I think, and that being rubs off on people. And without being that, people don't know how to act. And by example, you know, you possibly with this energy could be one of those people that people just feel good around you. So your advice is to the Tower and the Ace of Pentacles is your advice. So I take this with a pinch of salt because these are quite big cards, really. It's like setting something up but breaking something down in the process, and it could be part of the construct in your mind in some way. It could be almost, there's feelings here of letting things go, and it could be reliance on others. It could be self-worth here, the Nine of Pentacles. It's like independence. And Ace of Pentacles here makes me think, have the confidence to go it alone, and not just go it alone and apologise through life, like go it alone and live it big. And this person is feeding you back the love and the energy and the attraction that you gave them. It's just like making somebody feel whole again. And I'm not saying here with these cards here, the Moon card and I've actually got my camera on, yeah, and the Seven of Cups cards here, that I don't know whether you're together or not. I don't know whether it's, whether it's grounded in the real world or whether it's just like attraction that's happening on the periphery in some way. But this has a feeling that this person's blowing your horn. It does honestly feel like that. It's like giving you a honky horn in some way. Probably both ways, to be honest. Feels nice. It makes me think as well, these two spreads, that you look at this person and wonder, how do they get by with the Hierophant there and the Page of Pentacles twice? How do they get by being so just so? And if this person, just imagine this person, just imagine if your person, in past lives, if you believe in that, was actually in some way in what would be their equivalent of the forces. To being quite regimented and quite controlled would be part of them with the Hierophant card there. And they may still have that in them. That Capricorn feeling of somebody that's quite controlled or somebody that's quite reserved. And then there's like stability, and you're getting part of the relationship, but there's like the rest you are possibly having to fill in. So let me go back to the actual question. Why are you so stuck on this person? You're so stuck on this person because they're feeding you honey and you deserve it. You're so stuck on this person because there's something in actually knowing this person that's slowly rebuilding you to not only be independent, and not only, it's like, there's a feeling here of, I'm not saying you're doing this at all, there's a feeling here of crawling through life, hoping. And then with the two aces at the end, this is what you've got, the Page of Pentacles, so two aces at the end, and the Tower. It's like you're not even standing up, it feels like you're flying. You are, Magneto. There's this payback. You're so stuck on this person because it's payback. It's nice payback. It feels like it's nurturing payback. I'm not saying this is going to be a relationship. I don't know. There are stable cards, but there's also cards here of possibly not being able to grasp it. Okay, I'm going to finish there, pile number 1. You're so stuck on this person because they feel sweet to you. They look sweet to you. You possibly can't grasp them. It's like eating candy floss that it disappeared. Why do I always talk about food? It's like eating candy floss, when you think it tastes nice and it's gone. But there's more's happening in this process, and possibly if you look back in a year's time, you will see how by knowing this person, that it's brought out the best in you in very slow snippets, and you're beginning to rise in some way. And it wouldn't even surprise me with these two cards at the end whether your person could be the result of not your person could be the result, but your person could have caused a complete ruckus in your head, which could have changed, other things around you, other relationships or other life circumstances. But maybe Princess of the Brave Heart. You may not have done that otherwise. And it's very easy in life to stay in the same situation where it's comfy. And sometimes, it's just it's just good to make a break. We hold on to security, don't we? And then, it's really difficult to move unless you've got, you've got a bit of fire inside you and you're so bored you feel aggressive, or that Aquarius or Uranus energy where you just basically throw everything in. It's difficult to make the changes in your life that need to be made. And this person is almost like nurturing you and fluffing you up in some way. And I was going to say something really rude then, but it's good. It's good for you. But I don't know what this one, what lies beneath could be a mixture of many things. Could be slippery, could be candy floss, and could be stability. I don't know as yet. So I'm going to finish there, pile number 1. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye. I'm going to start and I'm going to say I don't know who you people are seeing, because all I'm getting in these last 2 spreads are Page of Pentacles, which are is like getting small bits possibly. You've got this twice again in this spread. You've also got the 2 of Pentacles twice. It's making me think quite mutable in some way. There could be like Pisces, Sagittarius or Gemini. Is that right? Yeah. Your person feels like you get mixed messages from them. You've got the 2 of Pentacles twice, which makes me think shifty. They're sort of like juggling one to the other all the time. You've got the new moon, which is like a new start all the time. The 9 of Cups, somebody who's quite charming, somebody who has a lot of attention possibly, or just somebody who's, I'm going to say a very well-loved child. The Queen of Cups, this person, I think, has a lot of people around them. The Queen of Cups there as well makes me think that they know how to talk the talk. They're quite smooth, or there's something quite attractive about them which pulls people. They feel different. They feel different to the average person, I guess. I think when you met this person, you got the Death and the 6 of Cups. I think this person was like a revelation somewhere. There's a feeling here, the 6 of Cups and Death, that it's like that deja vu feeling where you meet somebody, you think you know them, and then you don't, or you don't expect to meet that somebody at this particular point in your life, and it just feels different here. What's actually going on between the pair of you? I will get to your question in a minute. Why are you so stuck? Why are you so stuck on this person? The King of Swords and the Page of Pentacles in the middle makes me think, and the slippery juggler in his stripy pants here. I think very much like pile number 1, you get something and you wonder what they mean by it, and it's very practical, it's very normal, they're very cool, they're very detached. And so you're always questioning, what on earth was that? Do they find me attractive here? But what you're actually getting here, I'm guessing with the 6 of Cups and Death, is like a wake-up call to your inner nature. I'm just guessing at the moment. I haven't really looked at your pile over here. You're coming across as Vesta and the 7 of Pentacles. And I've said this before and I can't remember. Is it slowly catchy monkey? I think that sounds so good, doesn't it? Slowly catchy monkey. It's like the 7 of Pentacles is like sticking your tongue out and testing the waters in some way. And then the Page of Pentacles, you're getting a little bit closer, but then your back's turned. What is that about? What do you get from this person? Page of Pentacles. What did the last part get from their person, Page of Pentacles? It feels like you get practical, nice phone calls. Nice phone call, nice message. The Page of Pentacles is one of those things, and I've said this in other readings, that when we're looking at astrology, we tend to, what you put in is what you get out. So we used to wait for like transits around your chart, and you'd be there waiting for that Jupiter transit to kick off on the top of your chart or your ascendant, and then we'd like get nice message. It was like a birthday card or a postcard from your auntie or something. It used to be the joke. This has a feeling here that this person's woken you up and you're waiting for more, and you're getting small bits. You know that they're attracted to you, and that's part of their personality. I wonder with this part whether you're questioning whether you feel special by it, or this person. I wonder whether you're questioning whether this person is like that with everybody, because these are quite charming cards, like breath of fresh air, fun, exciting, smooth. And I'm going to say a player. I don't mean player at all. It's like playful, probably. It's like juggling things, too many things on the go. Got to go to work, seeing so and so. I'll call you. Nice message. You're coming across as, I guess, quite loyal. The Vesta card here and the Seven of Pentacles is like quite loyal. You're attached to them. You want more of them, but you're still testing the waters here. This person makes you feel really good. The Sun and the Ten of Pentacles, what do you actually get from them? Why are you so stuck on them? The Ten of Cups and the Sun. This person wants to makes you want to make babies. In some way or other. The Ten of Cups, and the Sun. Oh, lovely. You can't get a better feeling. This person makes you feel good about yourself. This person makes you feel that life is fun. It makes you feel that life's exciting. It makes you feel complete in some way. This person gives you I don't know whether you're with this person or not, gives you a taste of what you should really be, even if they weren't here. The Ten of Cups and the Sun. It's completeness and it's just joy. Do you know what? A bit like pile number one. What I think your person's giving you, Six of Cups, is a connection, but the Death card there, I don't know. I don't know what the Death card means. To me, I first interpreted it as a feeling of recognition, because the Six of Cups is like nostalgic. The Death is like a shock or a transition in some way. And they're both together. It's like a wake-up call of, and I've said this in the last pile as well, so I don't repeat myself, of the Six of Cups, finding somebody you just really connect with, where there's a really strong pull there. And the Ten of Cups and the Sun is that this actually having this person around you is good for you, whether you're with them or you're not with them. Because I wonder, this is quite cool. This spread in the middle is like what lies beneath us and what's actually going on between the pair of you, which isn't the question really. To me, it's quite cool. Your person doesn't come across as cool. And you seem to be getting a lot from this person. So it does make me think it's almost like a feeling of, there very much could be. What are you getting from this person? Page of Pentacles. No, sorry, that's there, isn't it? You've walked away. You've walked away. You've walked away. Oh, wow. There is a possibility here that the Ten of Cups and the Sun, you could have met this person in a circumstance. I'm thinking here like a holiday romance. It's getting slightly different because I thought these cards were down here and they're not. Still exactly the same, but this has a feeling of you possibly turning your back on them. They could have been too cool for you. You may not got enough back, and you know that they can give more if they wanted to. You've got the Death card over here, which makes me think transition in some way. And this is you, not what you're getting from them. So this has a feeling that you're playing it cool, but you're actually you're feeling more than you're actually letting go and letting them know. There's a feeling here with you having these fantastic feelings and them being what I guess is quite self-assured, that you possibly don't want to reveal too much because it makes you feel quite vulnerable maybe. So why are you so stuck on this person? I think you're so stuck on this person because they bring out the qualities that you've got inside you that you don't actually let flow that often. I'm not saying that you're like stingy with your feelings, but it just feels like the Ten of Cups and the Sun is the complete opposite of stinginess. That's like really flamboyant, good, feel good feelings. Your person's coming across like that. Somebody that loves quite easily, somebody that gives quite easily, although your relationship feels a bit tempered here. So why are you so stuck on them? I was about to switch to, is it sort of some sort of control, but it's not, because there's no control cards here. There's you basically nipping in. And I think often case, I wonder whether the person is, there's distance here, but I wonder whether you've created the distance, whether you've actually pulled out of the situation. But you still feel for them big time. This could very much be a holiday romance. This could be something, when you meet somebody in like a business meeting, or you meet somebody on holiday, or you spend a small amount of time with them. Perhaps you studied the same thing in college, or perhaps you just met in some part of your life and then you both had to move on for no other reason, and you're still really drawn to them. And in some way, being drawn to them brings out the best in you, because you start thinking of life in a very sort of romantic sense. Which life should be quite romantic, not silly romantic, but you should be able to feel the best that you possibly can. And this person makes you think like that. And your advice is, regardless of the distance, to keep, the King of Cups is to keep giving. I wonder whether your person is one of those givers, because they've got the Queen of Cups. Your advice is the King of Cups. There may be something in the way that they come across that you like to replicate. Because it's like taster sessions. This is like a wine and cheese session from your end. It's like I go and taste a bit and then I might spit it back in the cup because of this card here and this card here. I'm explaining this in case you think I'm mad. It's like tasting a bit. That's like a little cheese nibbler, and this is like moving away. So I don't know whether this is enforced or whether that's your own reasoning there that you've decided to move away. But it feels as if that's not such a bad decision, but to still keep your heart open and keep loving in some way, because you don't get, this is what you get from this person. This person makes you feel like this, and you don't get those feelings every day. I think the secret in here is to maintain that. Your person seems to do a good job of maintaining that, so that it must be the same for you. Those feel-good feelings this person gives to you is why you're so stuck on them. And keep hold of that. That's the way you should be every day, regardless of whether there's distance, regardless of whether you've spit them back in the cup. And I don't mean that in an aggressive way. It just is, taste and stop. Taste. Oh, I've got a song coming. I don't get a song very often. Touch and stop. What's that? Old song. I don't know when. So why are you so stuck on this person? Why not? Because you get that. Why not? Ten of Pentacles and the Sun. This person makes life feel fun. This person makes you feel alive. This person makes you feel good inside yourself. And I wonder whether there's two different ways, whether what you get from them makes you feel like that, or even just observing them. To be honest, with the new moon and the Nine of Cups, is somebody, I guess, who's very much loved. They don't even have to be that much loved, but that has a feeling of somebody who's quite confident, but not bolshy. It has like a Leo Pisces feel to me, the Nine of Cups and the new moon. And I don't even know why, because it's probably not the astrology in the cards. It just is that sitting back with a smile on their face and knowing everybody loves them feeling. Some kids are just born like that, aren't they? And they grow up like that as well. There's a connection here that feels like when you get together, this person's really easy to talk to. But there could be, like, as I said earlier about the wine and cheese session, there could be small tastings of this person. So, to be honest, to round that up for you, pile number 2, why are you so stuck on this person? Because they make you feel the best that you possibly can be about yourself. Even if it's small amounts, it just like grow inside yourself and you get used to feeling like that. And in some way you might not accept less again, which is great. And your advice is, even if there's distance, the King of Cups there is keep loving, keep living. Keep loving, keep living. Okay, right, pile number 2. I'm going to finish that there. I hope that helps in some way. I'm going to say bye-bye. Bye. Pile number 3. I don't know, this can't be true for anybody, and if it is, you must tell me. This feels like someone's sexy dad. You've got the Empress for them, you've got Mercury, you've got the Moon and the Devil. To me, that's emotions and communication. And then you've got, and I was looking at this card, and that does look like everybody's sexy. You know, somebody's got a sexy dad, or haven't they? Some friend in school used to go around to their house, and their dad was sexy. I used to have a crush on one of my friend's dads who used to go around and used to play Motown when I was a kid, and I kept thinking, I don't know, he was just nice. He was just nice looking and just nice man. Could be somebody's sexy mum as well. I'm not going to say anything there. I was just about to say something about the beard, but at my age, I'm not saying anything. The Empress and the Mercury and the Moon and the Devil. So I think that this person comes across to you, or this person possibly is, very good at honing in on what makes you tick. This is somebody who has a scorpionic feel, even though none of these cards are Scorpio. The Devil and the Empress is somebody who's very good with emotional talk or understanding emotions, and you're coming across as the Chariot and the Psyche, or the Psyche card here. It feels to me like you two, possibly whoever it is, have had a very intimate conversation, and that possibly is where the attraction has started flowing. Because then you're turning to the Knight of Swords as if there's something within you that's mentally poked, which could be positive or negative with this card, I don't know. There's a really strong feeling of like a home environment, or I don't know, because it's the Empress and I've got the Four of Pentacles here. So what is this person giving you? They're giving you a feeling of ease. They're giving you a feeling of connection. They're giving you a feeling of everything's all right, come hither. And then I wonder the Ten of Swords, whether it's ended. And this man or this woman is sexy mum or sexy dad. There's something really attractive about them in a very sort of steady way, that they've got it all together. And if only you knew what they knew. This card down here has got such a feeling of that. If only you were as sexy as me, or as sensible as me. It does have a feeling here. I wonder whether it's got the Empress here because the little baby is cocooned a bit like the Alien film inside. So there's a really strong feeling here that this person knows how to push your buttons. Not in a bad way, but there is a strong feeling here that there's a very, very strong emotional connection between the pair of you. And you've got here, what are you actually getting from this relationship or this situation? You've got the Eight of Cups and the High Priestess. So this person has ended it and you've got your back turned. There's something in that distance or that ending, and the High Priestess, your understanding of it, that is actually part of the process. This is part of what you're supposed to be getting from it and what you probably are getting from it. So why are you still stuck on this person? Sexy mum, sexy dad. There's quite a few cards here that feel that you're not together. You've got the World, you've got the Ten of Cups, you've got the Eight of Cups down here. Yeah, I wonder whether there's something quite different. There's an emotional connection here, but if you're coming across as the Chariot here, I know you've got Psyche next to it, which is probably a little bit more intuitive, and the High Priestess. The Chariot card doesn't really fit in here. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. You nurture in different ways. You've got the Empress card there, the Chariot card, Cancer. If you nurture directly, if you want to know the answers, if that's you, you can understand what's going on below the surface, you want the answer possibly. This Empress and this Mercury is a more sort of, it's still a nurturing but a more playful air to it, but that this person's stuck on you. But I can't even say this in the cards, it feels like there's something between the pair of you. as in like, this is me feeling, not reading it in the cards, so I don't know if it's going to apply to anybody. It feels slightly, you know, I kept joking, saying sexy dad. It feels like something you can't talk to people about. And another feeling I've got here, which isn't in the cards, and I'm going to say it because sometimes I don't say things and then somebody will say afterwards, well, actually, and I thought, oh, I wish I'd said it. But there's a feeling here that this person may be helping you through some childhood issue. It's a strange feeling. These cards at the end, I'm just looking at them. There's like lying low, and I'm guessing like a childhood feeling here. You've got up here the Empress card, cocooning the baby. You've got here a connection that's extremely strong. You've got communication. You're coming across as, it's still a Cancer type of card, the Chariot, but it's a different feeling. It's very forceful, as if you want to know, you want to understand, and yours is probably more needs to be done, needs to be, what's the word, needs to be understood, or you want answers. And Knight of Swords, like cutting to the quick, but there's an air of defensiveness about you. There is a feeling here with regards to why you're so stuck on this person. You know, everything travels around in cycles. You know, parts of our lives, when we have like feelings that come up and you think back, oh, actually I had that then as well, until we basically become more aware of it. This has a feeling, the world, of course, this has a feeling that this person is like a cycle of yours. You know, when you go through cycles and something comes up and it's the same situation, it may be a different person. But it has a feeling that this person has a, healing isn't the right word, but it feels like, you know, those like when you get, I'll tell you what I'm thinking, but I can't find the words for it. When I come on watching TV and watching, there was some tribe in Africa going through a coming of age process. You know, that not process, but initiation type of thing. Not celebration. I don't know what it is. It feels like that. It feels like that, but it feels like it's. I'm not explaining this well, but there's a feeling, and I'm sure I'll get to it. It feels as if this is repeated. It feels like there's something that you went through as a child, possibly. This has got a possibly here. And then this person may remind you of somebody or a situation that could have been hard. I was going to say good, I don't really know. I don't think it's good. I think it could have been tough in some way. And it feels like there's something in their love that makes you feel like a warm blanket when you're a kid. I can't explain that very well. I can explain it in terms of life circumstance. Once upon a time, in a country far, far away, there lived a young girl. Let's just say you grew up in, I'm changing this to somebody else now. Let's just say you grew up in a situation or a school or a country, or you, or anything. I'm trying not to step on people's toes as well here. Where you grew up in a certain place where you never felt as if you were accepted in some way. You always felt like an outsider. And so occasionally, you grew up with that, but in some way it was smoothed over, ignored it. But occasionally it comes around and nips at you. And you keep getting that message. So it's something quite lying deep inside you. This person here makes you feel accepted in some way. This person makes you feel whole. And it's the way that they connect emotionally that makes you feel as if everything's all right. So this is possibly why you're so stuck on this person here. Because you've got this psychic card, you've got the High Priestess card here. It's like you're connecting, or maybe some way even projecting psychological insights or even nuances in some way on this person, and it's it feels, the Temperance card here and the High Priestess, like a healing quality of childhood. Childhood issues is the wrong thing. It's too big a phrase to put on this. This has got a feeling of comfort, and it's a feeling of understanding, and this is why you're so stuck on them. A feeling of comfort, a feeling of understanding, a feeling of being able possibly to talk. And I think there's a lot said without words in this connection here. You've got the Devil, you've got the Moon, you've got Psyche, you've got Mercury there. It feels like you stand next to this person and they make you feel protected, is the word I'm thinking here. And I know I've gone a long way around that, I'm sorry. The Temperance card here is like balancing things out, but I don't know whether you're with this person because these two cards are too slammed together in between Sexy Dad. But there's something reflective about this connection. There's something about understanding a process that comes in cycles into your life, and this person, possibly the attraction is there, and it feels as if it's a very sort of intuitive attraction where possibly you may dream of this person, you may dream of situations between the pair of you, and it feels as if it's like a layered understanding of some process inside your mind. It's not a problem. I'm not saying this is in like, because it's talking to me of some psychological, process, that it's a problem process. I just feel as if it's just something. It may be just a recognition of a pattern that you always go through, or a pattern of something that happens. But this person is drawn towards you. And I wonder whether you come across as more open. I wonder whether you come across the Knight of Swords being more direct, the Chariot being more gung-ho, but with very sort of psychic cards. I wonder whether you come across as being, straight up. This person feels like they're standing there and waiting, and you're coming in onto their life in some way. But once you get there, they communicate in a very sort of easy way, and it just feels very sexy. Right, I'm going to start summing this up. Why are you so stuck on this person? You're so stuck on this person because they feel like comfort. You're so stuck on this person because in some way I think they may replicate a pattern that comes into your life quite often. I'm not saying it's bad. I just think it's something that you probably like with the Psyche and the High Priestess card. You like understanding or trying to understand in some way. And you've got all that lying low, and you've got what I would say a very nurturing connection here. And your advice is to use your intuition with regard to this connection. Understand that this connection is here for a reason, and you've got to, I'm guessing here, look at, why does this feel so sweet to you? What does this person give you? And I know I keep joking about Sexy Dad. Is there something to do with your parents that either felt good or didn't feel good? Because there's cycles. I don't know, this is a really sort of a power. I keep wondering why I've got feelings or thoughts about this, and looking at the cards to see if I've actually got it from them, because I just keep getting an image of somebody who has a very, maybe an older presence in some way. They could just have a bit of Capricorn in them, even if they're younger than you, that makes them feel like they're steady, or they, you can't rock them very easily, but there's something in communication, there's something in what I guess a really strong pull, and something in the way that there's, I guess, a feeling of nurturing or balancing out your emotions, even though you're not with this person possibly. It feels to me like you keep saying to this person, tell me what you think, tell me this, or, be direct with me. And then they're like, but I like you, and that's too smooth, that's too nice, tell me, give me something more. And they just can't, it's like you can't get them to rise in some way, because it's just not part of their personality. There's the smooth, I don't know, it's just like smooth, nurturing dad feel. Because I like you, that type of thing. And you're like, I want a bit more, tell me some more. But within this process, you're almost healing something that, as I've said this about 4 times now, has come around quite a few times in your life. And that is good. That is a positive thing. It's that the sweet give and take, even if it has ended, has in some way balanced you out or made you feel loved. Sorry, that was a confusing one. That's a hard one, but it was like a one you didn't even want to look at the cards because you kept getting strange feelings. I don't know if that was going to strike a chord with anybody. So why are you so stuck on this person? Because it's subtle, because it's nurturing, because it's a strong pull. Even if you're separate, there's a feeling that there's something to be had from understanding this. This is really strong message of understanding, looking back at people in your life that have possibly brought up the same feelings that you feel at the moment with this person. And that's part of it. You've got the High Priestess and Psyche down here. You probably know what I'm talking about, that it's a repetition of some part of yourself or something that's happened or other people that have turned up, and you probably will find there's a certain amount of years in this feeling. There's like every 8 years or every 2 years or something. And your advice is to understand it by cutting back and thinking and feeling rather than action. And I think you're quite action orientated in some way. And your advice is also, even if you're not with this person, is to accept how this person nurtured you and you nurtured them as well. I wonder if you may not be with this, one last thing before I go, you may not be with this person, but this defensive card up here I don't think would serve you, because I think that was the reason you may have been together this person may have thawed you in some way, because these cards are quite direct. You're quite receptive, but I wonder whether your outside personality is quite direct. And you've got what I would guess quite a defensive card here. And then I'm thinking you're not together now, or there's some distance again. But there's feeling here that of nurturing and love that you mustn't, I can't tell you off now, you mustn't interpret as being directly at you. It's more a case of that without there being hiccups in this relationship, you wouldn't be able to do this, you wouldn't be able to do this, and you certainly wouldn't be able to do this. You wouldn't be able to reflect and understand. And that's why the connection, I think, feels like home. Right, I'm going to leave that there. Sorry, that was quite confusing, but interesting to me. Maybe me only, but it was. I wish you the best of luck, because this is an interesting pile. Okay, pile number 3. I'm going to go. Bye.